Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare.
Jayo Jagannath Jagannath Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Maya.
Jayo Jagannatha Baladeva Jayo Subhadra Maya.
Jayo Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jayo Prahlad Nrsimha.
Jayo Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jayo Prahlad.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Jai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna. So, very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start our session with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeet Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So we discussed in our previous session the beautiful lotus-like face of the Lord, how to meditate on the Lord, and the different features and the different properties of the Lord's beautiful form. And we discussed that these forms cannot be imaginary. No one can imagine a form of the Lord. No, the Lord has a form and we have to meditate on that form of the Lord. We cannot imagine a form of the Lord. Imagination means speculation. And the moment we speculate about God, we become Mayavadis, we become impersonalists. So there is no scope of speculation in bhakti. So that's what we discussed in our previous session, that how the Lord's form is divine, transcendental. And also we discussed that how the Lord's form can be meditated upon by a devotee by Shravanam. When we hear in Srimad Bhagavatam that this is the form of the Lord, so based on that we practice meditating on the form of the Lord, which is Paramatma. But that was for earlier ages. In this age, we have beautiful temples of Lord Krishna. So whenever we go to that temple, we uh, install that form of the Lord within the heart and we keep meditating on Him. That is also a very strong, very special meditation. By visiting places of pilgrimages, the temples of the Lord. Different kinds of meditation used to be practiced. And the purpose of all meditation was yen kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayit. The purpose of all meditation, whatever people used to do, the purpose of all the meditation was yen kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayit. That somehow or other we should keep meditating on the Lord. We should always remember the Lord and we should never forget Krishna. That was the whole sum and substance of our understanding of how we have to meditate on the Lord. So some important points which we need to remember is no speculation, no imagination. These are all bona fide forms of the Lord on whom we meditate, and ultimately this is how our human life becomes successful. Because ultimately, Kirtaniya Sada Hari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we have to always remember Krishna. And that remembrance of Krishna can be done by either meditating on Krishna always, and in Kali Yuga, a much better process is given to us. A much higher process, a much more powerful process, and a much uh, sublime process. And that process is Shravanam and Kirtanam. And these two processes we combine together, so this is how Bhagavan Kapil is telling us to meditate on the Lord's form. So now today we'll begin our discussion with text 30, Shloka number 30 of the 28th chapter of the 3rd Canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. यश्रीनिकेतमलिभिः परिसेव्यमानम् भूत्या स्वया कुटिलकुण्टलवृन्दजुष्टम् मीनद्वयाश्रयम् अधिक्षिपदब्जनेत्रम् ध्यायन् मनोमयमतन्द्रित उल्लसद्भ्रू यश्रीनिकेतमलिभिः परिसेव्यमानम् भूत्या स्वया कुटिलकुण्टलवृन्दजुष्टम् मीनद्वयाश्रयमधिक्षिपदब्जनेत्रम् ध्यायेन् मनोमयमतीन्द्रित atandrita ullasadbhru. Translation. The yogi then meditates upon the beautiful face of the Lord, which is adorned with curly hair and decorated by lotus-like eyes and dancing eyebrows. A lotus surrounded by swarming bees and a pair of swimming fish would be put to shame by its elegance. You see, so how a devotee meditates on the lotus face of the Lord. Generally, devotees, they are very satisfied by just meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord. They don't want to move higher. They are simply satisfied in meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna and praying to Krishna and doing all kinds of rendering all kinds of services at the lotus feet of Krishna. But the process of meditation which people used to practice during those ages is given here. That how from the lotus feet to the lotus face of the Lord, how that progression happens. So here it is mentioned that the yogi can also meditate. He should meditate on already now the Lord has the whole form of the Lord has been described. But the yogi, he meditates on that form of the Lord, and when uh, so the form of the Lord, when the Lord is he is meditating on the lotus face of the Lord, and the Lord is having curly hairs, beautiful, gorgeous curly hairs of Krishna. So it is mentioned that Meenadvayashrama Adhikshipad Abjanetram. That is the beauty, the kind of beauty that the Lord's these features of the Lord possess. The first thing which we discussed was when the Lord sleeps in the sense when he is in Yog Nidra. As we all know that here we are discussing about the Paramatma feature of the Lord. And Paramatma feature of the Lord is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who resides in Shir Sagar. He is lying down on Anant Shesha. Anant Shesha is the name of the snake uh, avatar of the Lord, who aids assistance to the Vishnu avatar of the Lord. So the Lord, when he lies down on Ananta Shesha, and Mother Lakshmi is always massaging the lotus feet of the Lord, that is the form of the Lord which we are meditating, isn't it? Mother Lakshmi is massaging the lotus feet of the Lord, and this is how we move from lotus feet to thighs, then waist, then chest, and now we are meditating on the lotus face of the Lord. Devotees generally come, they meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord in the end. They start from the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is mentioned here that the Lord's beautiful lotus face is surrounded by circles of black, beautiful hairs. Okay. And they are so beautiful. Bhutya Swaya Kutila Kuntala Vrinda Jushta. The hairs of the Lord are so elegant. They are always decorated by uh, the beautiful face is decorated by surrounded by black curly hairs, which makes it even more beautiful. And here it is mentioned, Meenadvayashrayam Adhikshipadab Janetram. That even if even if the most beautiful creatures of the world are compared to it, they all become useless as compared to the beauty of Krishna's lotus feet and uh, what Krishna uh, is being presented here by Bhagwan Kapil, that how the Lord, his lotus face is surrounded by locks of dark black hair. And the Lord's eyes are always dancing. They're always seeing each and every activity of each and every living entity in the whole universe. The Lord's eyes are always watching everything. So dancing eyes. Generally, when there is a very beautiful flower, a very fragrant flower, when it is there in at any place, especially in the material world, when we see flower, a very beautiful flower, then generally that flower, because of its beauty and its fragrance, attracts a lot of bumblebees. Same thing is happening here. It is mentioned that the Lord, his eyes are so beautiful, just like lotus petals, that when the original lotus comes in front of the Lord and the Lord's eyes, the original lotus becomes even the original lotus is placed before the Lord. That original lotus also cannot withstand the beauty of the Lord. Pictures are combined together. Generally, people consider it to be beautiful, but even that beauty is nothing as compared to the. So, such is the description of the beauty of the Lord, that even the most beautiful thing in the universe cannot be compared to the original beauty of the Lord. We also discussed in the previous session about the how the Lord descends in this material world for his different kinds of devotees. That because all the devotees eternally, they all serve the Lord in Vaikuntha in Golok Vrindavan. The devotees are eternally engaged in serving the Lord in Vaikuntha in Golok Vrindavan. And when they fall into this material world, they forget the Lord initially. But again, when they start doing bhakti, devotional service, they again revive their original constitutional position. In what capacity they used to serve the Lord? That the devotee revives by the process of bhakti. And then once the devotee leaves his body, he is all set. He again wants to go back and serve the Lord in the same capacity in which he was serving before he came into this material existence. And that is why the Lord descends in different forms to take away all the living entities with him. So the Lord descends. That's why they said Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chatuskrita. The Lord descends to take away his sadhu, those who have become pure devotees, those who have been serving the Lord faithfully. The Lord descends and takes away those living entities with him. Of course, those who are attracted to whichever feature of the Lord, in that feature the Lord appears for such devotees. Text 31, Shloka number 31. तस्यावलोकमधिकं कृपयाति घोर तापत्रयोपशमनाय निसृष्टमक्ष्णो स्निग्धस्मितान् स्निग्धस्मितान्मुगुणितं विपुलप्रसादं ध्यायच्चिरं विपुलभावनया गुहायाम् तस्यावलोकमधिकं कृपयाति घोर तापत्रयोपशमनाय निसृष्टमक्ष्णो स्निग्धस्मिताङ्गुणितं विपुलप्रसादं ध्यायेच्चिरं विपुलभावनया गुहायाम्. Translation. Translation. The yogis should contemplate with full devotion upon the compassionate glances frequently cast by the Lord's eyes, for they soothe the most fearful threefold agonies of his devotees. His glances, accompanied by loving smiles, are full of abundant grace. Now you see. So it is mentioned here, Asya Avalokam. Avalokam means the glance of the Lord, when the Lord sees us. When Krishna, he puts his glance upon his devotees, that is called Avalokam. To see the Lord, when the Lord sees us. When we see the Lord, it is darshan. The Lord is giving us darshan. But when the Lord sees us, he is Avalokam. He is doing Avalokam. He is actually glancing upon his devotees. And why? Why he does that? Why the Lord glances? You see. Tasyavalokam adhikam ati ghora. Kripa means compassion, love. Krishna loves his devotees so much. Krishna, he is so much compassionate towards his devotees that tasyavalok adhikam kripayati ghora. Kripaya ati ghora. Ati ghora means the compassion of the Lord is such that ati ghora tapatrayo shamanaya. So tapatrayo existence or material existence. So tapatrayo means the devotees are in everyone in this material world is inflicted with these miseries of this material world. Birth, death, old age, diseases. These are all miseries, isn't it? Happiness, distress, victory, defeat, loss, gain. So for a conditioned soul, these are all and here it is mentioned Upashamanaya. Even the most Ati Ghora means even the most severe and most fearful situation of life can be mitigated. Nisrishtam. Nisrishtam. Nisrishtam means when the Lord puts his glance upon a devotee, then even though devotee may be in the most difficult of circumstances, even though a devotee may be uh, but as soon as the Lord glances on that devotee, akshno, you see that means when the Lord's eyes, when his eyes move towards the devotee, when he glances on that devotee, then what happens? Snigdha smitano gunitam vipula prasadam. The Lord's grace falls on that devotee. The Lord's grace falls on that devotee. That's why those who are favored by Krishna, those who are pure devotees of Krishna, generally before their name, his divine grace word is used. Isn't it? Generally for sannyasis, those who are in the renounced order of life, those who have renounced everything because of their love for Krishna, they have renounced the whole material world. So generally before them, the word his divine grace is used. That is our Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhant. But generally, before the name of a sannyasi, his divine grace word is used. So his divine grace means what? That the Lord's grace has fallen on that. Otherwise, without the Lord's grace, how can a devotee renounce the whole world? How can he renounce everything? And how can he develop love? So much love that he is ready to renounce everything in this particular world. His family, society, his everything. His lucrative career, material career, so to say. So everything a devotee renounces, everything he gives up. Why? How? Because the Lord's grace has fallen on that devotee. And that is why pure devotees, before their name, his divine grace word is given. Right. So snigdha smitanu gunitam vipula prasada. So when the Lord glances, when the Lord puts his glance on the devotee, so you see, when we say that the Lord has glanced upon a devotee, what does it mean? First, let us understand what does it mean. What does it mean to say when I say that the Lord glances upon some devotee or some living entity? So what does it mean? Because you see, spirit soul is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternality. Chit means consciousness or knowledge. That is the Chit potency of the spirit soul. And Ananda is peaceful state of existence of a living entity. So that is called Sat Chidana. Okay. So now you see the Sat potency, it belongs to Krishna originally because he is original Satchidananda. So Sat potency means the attention, that the Lord is putting his Sat potency on that living entity. So glance of the Lord means what? That devotee, because of his devotion, has attracted the Lord's attention. It's not easy. It's not possible. It's not so easy to attract Krishna's attention. Because Krishna's attention is always towards Radharani. But to attract Krishna's attention, that is very special. So that's what is mentioned here. And that is what is mentioned here. Vipula prasadam. Prasadam means mercy. So the Lord has put his grace on that devotee and his full mercy is available for that devotee who has attained the grace of the Lord in the form of Dhyayet chiram vipula bhavanaya guhayam. So that is what here it is mentioned, that in this way a devotee has to meditate on the form of the Lord within the heart. So in this way, a devotee, he meditates on the form of the Lord within the heart. Within the heart, this meditation is within the heart. So a devotee is not thinking of the Lord, no, or is imagining the Lord, no. The Lord descends wherever pure devotees are there. So this is the goal of human life. This is what we are living for. That one day Krishna will look at us and smile. That's why all the Shravanam and Kirtanam is for this purpose. That one day Krishna will look at us and smile. When Krishna will put his smiling glance upon us. And you see what will happen when Krishna puts his smiling glance upon a devotee. What happens? It is mentioned here. Upashamanaya. All the miseries of this material existence will be wiped out immediately from the life of devotee. As soon as the Lord casts his vision or his attention upon a particular devotee. So because of the Lord's compassion, because Krishna he loves his devotees so much, he is so compassionate towards his devotees that he is ready to bless all the devotees of, the Lord is ready to bless his devotees with his merciful glance. Just Krishna glances upon that devotee, finished. His whole life becomes blissful. He does not need anything else. So in this way, meditation upon the Lord takes place, and we serve the Lord in this way. We perform our regular daily practices in bhakti. On a daily basis, we hear Krishna Katha, hearing of the Katha, the glories of Krishna, and simultaneously, a devotee is always engaged in broadcasting the glories of Krishna and the mission of the Lord. And in this way, we see the devotees, they keep serving the Lord eternally for his pleasure. And in return, although devotee does not expect even the Lord to glance upon him, no, he does not want anything from Krishna in return for his bhakti, nothing. But then the Lord, you see, Vipula Prasadam. The Lord is all, it's not that only devotees love Krishna. No. It's not that only devotees love Krishna. Krishna also loves his devotees. Krishna loves devotees more. So when a devotee is sincerely serving Krishna, Krishna shows his love towards that devotee by glancing upon that devotee with great compassion and love. And that's when the life of a devotee becomes complete. That's when the devotee becomes complete in his bhakti. And that begins his journey back to home, back to Krishna, back to Golok Vrindavan. So we all must, our goal of life, this is our benchmark, this is our goal of life, to attain that stage. So those who are new to the channel can subscribe. All of you can like, comment, share. We'll stop here. We'll continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.